I'm trying this out. StreamYard has this new thing where you can record. So I'm trying this out. If this thing works, bruh, uh, yeah, I'm not doing live in that, but I'm gonna just record, and I just don't feel like doing lives. I think I'd rather just record. I don't really care for lives. No, I guess yeah, lives are fun and interactive, but let's be real. Like in the grand scheme of things, the real testament of how you know what you're dealing with is when people just you just put up you just put up the recording, and then after that, that's it. People choose to do live recording and live stream. That's fine, and you can, but just a recording is actually what YouTube is actually supposed to be about. It's just recording. So see how I'm gonna work this, but yeah. So looking at it from uh, the statute right now, if you're sleeping under a rock, you would already know that the COVID strand has definitely changed. It's now into the Delta, which I mean, I guess some people care, some people don't. Some people are like, "Hey, I had COVID, but I just didn't want to tell y'all." It's like almost like I was infected with the T virus, but I didn't want to tell you. Y'all just had to figure out. I see now why the zombie movies nobody ever knows because the person never wants to tell everybody that they're infected. They just let us all guess it out. Like, man. So, all right. So for me, this is my choice. I'm not. I don't shame nobody by getting it. I mean, it's your choice. But But I'm looking at it now, where right now the big talk on the wall is okay. We can't get certain people to get the vaccine, namely families. Can't get families to get it. A lot of families are like, "Oh, I'm not going to get it, but I want my kid to go to public school." And okay, cool. You want your kid to go to public school. If y'all listen, if you're lucky enough to me, but I'll be doing goddamn household segregation, where you know what, cool, you don't need to get it. You know what I'm saying? Just separate those who do versus those who don't. You know, it's just that simple. But they're ramping up this thing to where, as to, um, they're trying to figure out how can they get certain people to get the vaccine, versus those who won't, and that's pretty much the biggest clause right now. Now you have a lot of people saying, "No, I ain't gonna get it." True. It's gonna come down to a class system of whether you have a choice or you don't have a choice. Like it's gonna come out to that, and I think that's earnestly what they're trying to get it to. Is they're trying to get it to, um um you have like we asked them, they don't want to, and this is where it gets fickle and very interesting because now you're going to have it where certain people do not want to get it. Some people they do not. They don't know how it's going to work out with them or their children and their loved ones, and that's fair. I'm not going to lie. Like I had some side effects. Okay, I did. Listen, man. When you get it, you gotta. It needs some work. It does, and I'm gonna just be for real, man. Like I think that, from my opinion, this is just me. A lot of a lot of a lot of black people and poor people are gonna die. A lot of poor people are going to die. Coming next year. I think that's just how it has to be. Like you're just gonna have to have it where a certain populace dies, um, so that way we know the adverse effects of this thing. Um, is that fair? No. Uh, Yeah, well, BNT, what about the rich? I'm like, listen, the rich already got their shit. They're good. They don't care. They don't care. The rich already have their cognitive plan of this type of shit, man. Like y'all are worried about them. Like they already have it. You see, already see their asses are already planning something differently, man. Like they're already having it in the works for them, something differently for them. Um, this is not something that we can just beat, with prayers and all this other shit. Like I think we're at a level right now of capacity where, as to they're talking about it in like, yo, like should we fund these people? Should we fund this school? Should we? And to be honest, like a lot of the school systems already done are failing. Like we got to just be prepared to understand that there is going to be a permanent subservient work class system. And what I mean by that is because you already have it where people are people are, and this is how people are. This is why people are don't understand the okie doke. Okay, you have it where people are quitting and they're at home. They're quitting their part time jobs and going and staying at home. And everybody's like, yeah, this is going to force them. This is going to force minimum wage fast food places to change. No, it's not. Because honestly, it's something called automation. Uh, you're in the fourth world industry, if I'm correct. Automation it's an amazing thing. Like it literally is. Like literally, these goddamn computers. Like I'm not sure if y'all looked inside McDonald's and a lot of fast food joints. They're doing stuff. You see automation inside of Target, where you only have that somebody does the shopping now. Like what we thought, like you thought was, well, you need me. Do I? Do I really need you? Or like, you, so education, the profound use of having a viable job, you know what I'm saying, is going to be needed. Now, what you're going to start seeing is people like, well, I'm going to a call agency. All right, cool, and that's fine. Like, great. These call agencies, like, people don't stay to them long. There's a reason why. People don't stay to them long. Like, I saw them putting that on doggone uh, CNN with the white woman saying, "Yeah, I quit. 23 workers. We quit working at Burger King," and she was telling how she went on to a call agency. I'm like, girl, I was seeing that shit uh, when I was a young person. You had people who were working at Burger King, McDonald's, Sonics, Checkers. If they didn't like it, guess what they all worked? They all went to the call agency. They all went there and started working there and getting into all kind of shenanigans. Now, granted, the call agency you can work from home, and but here's the thing about it: we're finding out. Though they're working from home, they're not doing anything with their kids. So everybody's like, I'll educate my kids. I'm gonna teach my kids. I'm gonna put my kids on. Like, no, you're not. Stop. Stop the cat. People are not hungering and thirsting that bad to educate and teach their kids. This is when we're starting to hit this curvature of those who have time. Because if you're at home, but that's what that woman was saying. She was like, "Well, now that I'm at home, I can teach my kids and I have time." No, you don't. No, you don't. Like literally, the people who work at home, it's even harder for them because they have to actually deal with at home versus just focusing on their job. Now, some people they can do it. Other people, no, they can't. They can't. They just can't. They try, but they can't. And that's a reality that we have to definitely understand. That's what's happening. People are saying that they're going to educate their children, but we have more people already at home now, and literally they're not even doing their job of teaching their children. Yet they're complaining about the school system or the school system. I don't want my kid to be gay. Listen, dude, your kid was probably already gay before they came here. Your child was probably already gay before they came to school. I know y'all like to believe your child was gay or got turned out gay. Nah, I think some of y'all kids were already down that road. And I mean, hey, that's your choice. But we're understanding that people saying that now that their children are, now that they're going to be home, they're going to be doing more for the kids. And this is a very interesting thing, especially we watch a lot of these futuristic movies, right? And in these futuristic movies, you see a lot of people waking up and they're at home. They're working. They're working like cyborgs or like some animatron type of people. Whereas to, you know, you got to clock in. It's like Dexter's Laboratory. I'm not sure if y'all ever seen that. There's a movie. There's a Dexter's Laboratory movie, and in the movie, what happens is that um, you would wake up and you would go straight to work. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Working from home for me is a lot more harder because you have to discipline yourself. And we've already seen people like, well, if my kid was home, I would have them this way and that way. Man, if anything, the abuse and all the other crazy shenanigans actually went up with people at home. Like people got to more shenanigans. And I don't think people understand that when you're at home, you're being recorded. You are being recorded. So anything you say while you're at home, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna come back to bite a lot of people. I'm trying to let y'all know. Everybody's like, oh yeah, now that we're working at home, we can do blah 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 and blah blah and have a good time and kumbaya and they can't tell us nothing. Like, all right, y'all keep on adding and adding and adding more shit into y'all stuff, but the work environment is literally called what it is, the work environment. It's just called that, the work environment. You know, a lot of y'all can barely deal with just being at home around each other, but now y'all so happy to be at home. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like the system already setting it up to where to let's look at for people that are on income based. Like you're going to most likely be pushed into it first. They already got the medical people. They already said most people who are in the medical field, they gave them a choice. But I really they say that they were given a choice. But I'm gonna be for real. Now, if the military, if you sign up into the military, it don't matter if you are if you're in the military, you're getting that shot. That ain't no, well, I don't have to because my blood type, bruh, you're getting that shot. Lady, you're getting that shot. Like none, you signed your body over to the government. So best believe you're getting that shot. It is what it is, man. If I got a chip floating in me or some metal, whatever stuff y'all trying to scare me with, like I don't even worry about that stuff anymore, man. Like I've seen enough TikTok videos and YouTube videos where they put magnets by their arm and stuff, and I'm like, dude, like, the, if that's the worst thing you're worried about, let me know. They already done showed automated all kind of crazy junk and stuff. There's a lot more things that go bump in the dark that y'all don't know about. Maybe it's better y'all don't know about for society's purposes. But when it's coming down to children getting vaccinated, so the people who are collecting offer assistance, granted, they already started to shut down um, unemployment in certain areas. And if you need certain type of state requirements, I remember for to get WIC, your baby had to get a certain series of shots. That's to get WIC. To get certain additives, things like for vouchers and stuff like that, your baby and your family have to have certain things that the government has access to ask about, or the state, excuse me. And a lot of people say, well, I ain't gonna do that. Okay, then you just don't eat. You just don't eat. You just don't get certain access to certain things. But you're not gonna be and to me, I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's fair. If you want access to certain type of state things, food, medical, health, and insurances and stuff, nah, then we should be able to shoot you up with all kind of stuff. You on my dollar, I want to shoot you up with stuff. If you don't want that, then get off the state goddamn daddy plan. Everybody saying, well, that's against human rights. Dude, you gave up them rights when you signed on to the state or the government. Only freedom some people have is the freedom to choose when do they want to die. That's it. Choose when you want to die, how you want to die. But for what I know, holistically, a lot of people they're going to find a way to administer that shot, especially with your children. They're going to. And a lot of people are saying like, nah, I don't think so. Like they can't do that. How can they not? A lot of people already give their information away when they doggone get onto these apps, these certain types of talking points. Like you make it seem like certain agencies don't already have access to you, and that's the thing that's frightening about it is people are knowingly choosing to think that something about them is keeping the powers that